Hey, welcome to We're Vancouver. I'm Johnny. I'm joined here today by kind of a guest crew. To my left we have, or to your right, my left, we have Chris Packenings.
Yeah, hi
Tell
everybody.
us about yourself, Chris.
My name's Chris Packenings. You may remember me from the Ice Cream Renaissance commercials from last week.
Last week.
That was like 2 years ago.
Last month. Excuse me, last month. Glad to be here. Glad to have a conversation.
And then let's go over to Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon's our other guest host. You know
Hello.
Brandon from, who's the owner of Ice Cream Renaissance. We met him on the last podcast.
Yeah.
I was in your commercials.
Yes, you were.
Chris was-
yeah, that's how I know
you were in the
Chris.
commercials.
Yeah, I remember Chris being in those commercials.
So, Brandon, tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, my name's Brandon. I'm a Sagittarius.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah, clearly a Sagittarius.
No miss would have guessed that.
Yeah, been a resident of Vancouver for a majority of my life.
There you go.
There you
It
go.
is.
Yeah.
And you own an ice cream shop.
Oh yes,
Ice cream restaurant.
Ice Cream Renaissance. Own Ice Cream Renaissance. You made me remember me
I'm
from
not
that
asking
episode.
you to plug it.
Don't plug it.
Okay.
Come on, don't plug yourself.
Is this your episode?
No, it's not. My episode was like last week or last
Here, let's
episode,
switch
yeah.
it.
So what
Yeah,
got
so
you?
Brandon.
Yeah. Brandon, tell us about your
about
ice
So
cream.
I'll tell you about Ice Cream Renaissance.
I'll tell it.
Okay, yeah, you tell.
Yeah.
Chris, can you explain?
Brandon was
to me?
born in a barn, milking cows. So today, really excited about this episode because I love this place. I love everything that they do. We're here at Mighty Bowl, one of the purveyor. I think one of the people who started what Vancouver culture is, and I know that's high praise, but
Yeah.
it really was. They started with a food truck and stuff. I'll let Steve tell more about it, but we're here with Steve. Steve, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
Thanks. That's like the highest praise. It's so
Yeah.
sweet of you to hear that. Just to hear that. It's like what's going on in Vancouver is really exciting for me.
Sure.
And it's why I did this was to create culture. And so the fact that it's taken on and been a part of the fabric of culture in downtown it's such a high praise. So I really appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
Like quite a bit. Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about. I know a little bit of the history of Mighty Bowl, and I think some of our people would love to hear about it. But how did Mighty Bowl, like, where did it begin? Like, where did it start?
So, I think it's kind of two different stories, but they're kind of like intertwined. I think when I turned 30, it was a big deal for me. I mean, I really felt like I was 20, and I was just like, God, that 10 years like went by so quickly. I was like, what? And I just knew that that 40 was going to feel the same way, you know.
Sure.
So I just was like, I wanted to like not look back on life of just like wondering like what if.
Sure.
And so
Brandon does that a lot, actually.
My whole life, every day.
Your
I'm
whole
like,
life.
what if? What if?
So then when I turned 30, I was just like, I want to do something that's more interesting. At that time, I was in banking and lending, and it was great. Like I liked it. It was like
It's quite a change for me.
a huge
banking and
a huge
lending.
shift, like suit and tie,
Yeah.
every day. Like
Really?
it was just my
You?
yeah.
Like Javiano
Every day,
Brandon,
every day.
like
Really?
all right.
Was this?
Because my question for you was, what did you do before Mighty Bowl? That was
That was
not.
it.
That
That
was
was it.
not what
That's
I was
not what
thinking
you
in
were
my
guessing?
head. No,
Yeah.
it was not what
No,
I was
I
thinking.
was
pre-tattoos
I-
and pre-everything.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a different guy.
Okay,
Listen,
okay,
things
yeah.
change.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wore suit and tie every day. I worked at Wells Fargo, worked at a bank, and
That's a
did
plug,
all
actually,
that.
Wells
Yeah.
Fargo.
Wells Fargo, you sponsor us.
Yeah.
Send in some dough.
I don't know. They're not
They've had some.
No.
They've had some
Yeah.
problems in the past few years.
So-
Just saying.
They've had-
anyway.
Yeah,
they've had some rough
It's
times.
complicated.
Yeah.
Well, you know why they had rough times? Because
Because Steve
That's
wasn't
all
there. He
right.
left. And
I'm
he's
out.
like,
I'm out.
I'm
Actually,
doing it in
think
the
about
boys.
it. No,
It's about the
we
same
don't get-
timing.
we
The
don't get-
timing's
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty close.
Was it around 2008 where you were responsible
Okay, let's
for
move
the
on. Let's
marketing?
move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a big part. Like, I mean, we were going to Portland like 2 or 3 times a week for like to eat interesting food at that time, and I was just like, why don't we have like food like this on our side of the river?
Exactly.
You know, so I just had kind of dreamed up of like doing. I didn't want to live with regret, so I was like interested in doing something, and at the same time, and this is kind of the second part of the story that's like pretty interesting in terms of like impact to my life. I think my daughter, my wife at the time was pregnant with my daughter, and we were, so this is probably, I guess 16 years ago. she was. We went to Hawaii for our last like little hurrah. She was like 8 months pregnant, and I'm laying on the beaches of Hawaii, and my body goes completely numb, like from the neck down. My body goes totally numb.
Was it a jellyfish?
No jellyfish.
Okay, no jellyfish.
Jellyfish
Okay.
is not part of this.
Okay.
But it freaked me out. It was a
Yeah.
really, really big deal, and I couldn't feel like my body. Like I couldn't feel pain. Like it was a lot, and like a lot of. So I had like a bunch of neurological issues. I had
Whoa.
I had like a drop foot. I lost like functions of my digit.
Seriously?
I had like eye loss.
Wow.
I mean,
On
my
vacation?
yeah.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
so what happened was like over the next basically the next 2 years I had all these like neurological symptoms.
Seriously?
It was bad.
Holy
Oh.
cow.
It's like it scared me a lot.
Did they ever figure out why?
So basically like what had happened, like I had a neurologist and
Yeah.
then I had basically they did this like big workup. Like I had like 4 MRIs, I had spinal taps, like all these tests to find out like neurologically what was wrong with me, and everything came up normal. Like everything came like nothing
Yeah.
was like conclusive at all. So they just basically told me, my neurologist said, you have to go home and just like let your body degenerate, and eventually something will come up on some test.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I'm like,
That's
That's
scary, 'cause,
not
like-
that's not my style to like to just like go home and like let it happen.
Just wait.
Yeah, just wait.
Like,
Yeah.
And at
So-
this time, Netflix was still DVDs.
There was no.
just
yeah, actually,
Yeah,
it was like there wasn't even
yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
yeah, like
okay.
15 years ago,
16,
like it wasn't even a thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what are you gonna do at home?
You're going to
Just,
Blockbuster.
like,
Yeah, you go to
Yeah.
Blockbuster with your Blockbuster card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Send your pregnant wife to Hollywood
Yeah.
Video to get it.
So basically, like it was a big deal in my life. I was scared. I had 2 little kids. Like I just was like, it was a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I basically like moved into like instead of like allopathic medicine, I moved into like Western or naturopathic, and they did a whole bunch of workup and basically found out like I was intolerant to a bunch of things. I tried like every different modality under the sun. Like I tried some weird shit. I'm telling you, like I tried some like weird, like woo stuff. Like
Maybe like one
like
like
energetic, like
I want,
laying
like,
on
a
tables,
wild
levitating, like all this, like
David Blaine.
medication, like all
Anything
this
turn
stuff.
you purple?
Like everything turned me
So you're
purple.
just reading online like, oh, maybe this
No,
works.
I'm telling you, I
gonna try
tried
it.
everything.
Okay.
Everything under the sun. It was
Wow.
wild.
That
To
is
like just
incredible.
like because I just wanted like I wanted a diagnosis like,
Sure,
so
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
That's all I wanted. I was so diagnosis focused.
Yeah.
And then
Like, what is wrong with me?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like just tell me. And then I realized it took a while to get there, but basically like I moved from a place of like needing like a specific diagnosis to like being like looking at my body holistically.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
bringing myself to health holistically. So I tried everything under the sun. Anything
Wow.
anybody had, like supplements, like energetic stuff, like food, everything. So anyway, basically like I changed my diet. I mean, like through high school, I was like burger boy through high school.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was like fast
God
food
bless.
guy through
Yeah,
college. Like I just didn't realize like the food that we ate mattered, which is
Yeah.
like silly to think, but
Yeah.
it was like it was my reality, and so I drastically changed how I ate. Very whole food based. Changed like I didn't eat like gluten, dairy. Like I just went off a lot of things and ate very clean, and it changed my life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like changed my life. So then, like to fast forward, I brought myself to health. I'm great. I don't know what healed me. Like I don't know if there's like a silver bullet in this
Yeah.
whole story. I don't know.
Sure,
I don't
sure.
really care. But I'm
Or what it was,
But I don't have
but-
those symptoms anymore.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that happened for 2 years.
No, no.
Yeah.
So then, like, the story of, like, bringing the food, like, what we do at Mighty Bowl, I think is interesting, is, like, we're very component-based. So people that, because I'm careful to not call us, like, a health food restaurant.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Because, like, like a healthy thing, like.
I don't see you guys as that way.
Well, it's just, like, healthy's so subjective.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to claim that what we do is healthy if it's not healthy for you.
Sure.
Like, healthy for you is different than healthy for you.
Yeah.
So, I don't.
Brandon eats a lot of McDonald's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
And
Yeah, that's healthy. That's healthy for
me.
That's
The
healthy
tour,
for
the
you.
tour of Italy at Olive Garden is like his favorite dish.
Oh, that is healthy for me.
Parmesan.
You
Yeah.
go.
So
you had it.
spaghetti.
Yeah, lasagna.
You go Alfredo.
Anyways, all right, so-
you go. Anyway, so.
We don't need to hear about your menu for tomorrow.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I need
you're
to
saying-
get to Olive Garden, so let's wrap this up.
That's interesting.
I'm joking.
It's interesting what you're saying too, because like I agree with that. Like something that's healthy for someone,
Yeah.
and it's just figuring.
Yeah, for
Like,
some
you
people
just-
it's vegan, some people it's gluten free, some people
Sure.
it's no soy, like whatever.
You just cold
it's,
turkeyed it.
It's just what we do. Like
Yeah.
we're very component based, so we allow people to like eat the food that they want.
Sure.
And we're very ingredient and component based and
Sure.
low processing.
Yeah.
So people can eat the food that they want, or say minus this or add this. Like some people do really well on meat, some people don't want to eat meat. Like
Yeah.
so we allow for that. Decision-making process
Sure.
to do that, so people
Sure.
can eat how they like to accommodate their lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which is like what happened for me. So that's kind of what we do.
Okay.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
so what? How did this? Brandon, you have a question?
Well, I was going.
Tell us about Ice Cream Renaissance.
Well, no. I mean, if you want, does anybody want to hear more?
Yeah.
We also do the same thing with our
We have vegan.
have
so
vegan.
if you don't like non-dairy.
All right, we've
it's
heard it
a-
before.
Here we go. Here we
No,
go.
but well, I was. It was about.
It is about this, yeah.
No. It's about the start of Mighty Bowl and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I was gonna
Okay,
ask.
because you started as a food truck, like first food truck in Vancouver, but like bringing this idea of like Whole Foods and stuff like that, new business model into Vancouver. What were the like hurdles that you had to go?
God, so many.
Yeah.
I mean, so 2 years before we started, I met with the city of Vancouver.
Oh,
Chad,
and that was another thing because the city of Vancouver was like very like.
yeah. So I met with Chad Eichen.
They're very no.
2 years. Listen, 2 years before us opening, I met with Chad Eichen, and basically he told me the way that the code is written, like you can't do food trucks in Vancouver. And to tell you, like the code, it was under the peddling and hawking code. That just like tells you like how antiquated
yeah.
that was. It was like written in like 1943. So
Yeah.
it was clearly like, and the way that the code was written, it was like clearly like just not progressive in any way. So basically, like we took a couple of years to like try to figure out how to change that code, and so there was a lot of red tape to like really get through. So it's like a big deal. Like it's a
Yeah.
great question because it was like an uphill battle to get there. So we figured it out to like strike some old code and rewrite it to be more like with the modern times. So and then I will say, just to acknowledge,
So
because
interesting. Yeah.
but just to acknowledge, like, I really, like, anytime anybody calls us the first food cart, I just want to be careful because we're the first of our kind in terms of, like, truly mobile.
Sure.
But I want to give, like, a lot of credit to the Wiener Wagon.
Oh,
Well, that's true. The Wiener
Because
Wagon.
they are number one. I will
Well, I
always.
saw it where Vancouver.
Like,
we were
just
just there today.
Yeah.
Today.
we
Yeah,
saw
I was
it.
like,
It's
oh,
awesome.
really?
Yeah.
Really?
I went there as a kid.
Yeah.
To the Wiener
So
Wagon,
I'm like,
44 years. they've been doing it.
yeah.
No,
The guy
we just hit a spot on them on the.
I
today?
did see that.
We
Yeah.
just-
So
we
I
just
think
put
it's
it live
very,
today.
it's very important. Anytime anybody calls us the first food truck,
Yeah.
I want to give them their due.
How did you buy it?
Well, so
They said.
so
They're like, we're the
grandfathered.
Wiener Wagon.
I think at that,
F you,
point, at that
Vancouver.
point, you're grandfathered in.
Well,
Because
but what's interesting
Well,
is
they've
that
been around since
they're not
1948.
on public street. They're like on the sidewalk,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
different. Like imagine
Yeah.
if we
Yeah.
pulled up on the sidewalk, it's just not happening. That's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah, that's
so
a good point.
so they are grandfathered in, but I just want to
Interesting.
give them their due because
Yeah,
I
so
think
that
it's
makes
important.
sense.
That's
Yeah.
very, that's
Yeah,
We
I
love
love
the
Wiener
Wiener
Wagon. I
Yeah,
love all
love the Wiener
I love what they're
Wagon.
doing.
Good job.
Wiener Wagon is very
The Wiener Wagon.
good. The best.
If
Yeah.
Matlock was still around, I'd say Matlock, go to the Wiener Wagon.
If go to our Instagram page, you can see.
If you're
our
80 years old, you know
review,
that.
our take
If y'all
on the
know
Wiener Wagon.
Robin runs it, and she's a sweetheart. She's
The
doing
best.
she's doing a
The
really
best.
good job. I'm such a fan.
Yep.
What I so Wiener Wagon is not to sidetrack.
Yeah.
Wiener Wagon is cash only. A lot of times I go there and I forget that, and so I'll just bring a credit card, and she's
Yeah.
like, just come back and pay me whenever you can.
I love that shit.
Like,
I love that.
I
what a
literally
small
happened to me
town,
once, and
like,
And Johnny
mentality.
has never paid.
And Johnny
No, I
has
do.
never
I'm
paid
I'm
for a
joking. I'm
wiener in
joking.
his
It's a
life.
joke.
I do pay.
He's paid
I
maybe
do
once
pay.
or twice.
Yeah. But the sweetest
Yeah.
sweetest people, great menu, like awesome people. But yeah,
Steve,
go
I
ahead.
mean, just thinking about that too, though. I mean, like I've always, I moved back up to Vancouver almost 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
And like I remember outside of my apartment, I'd get home from class, and it was like on Fridays or something. You used to park up where like Trapdoor is now, and I was like, oh yes, like
Yeah.
they're like right behind my apartment building. Like
Yeah.
this is fantastic. It's like I would always miss it because I couldn't catch it during the day or
Sure.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that's awesome. Like it's so cool we have a food truck here in Vancouver because I mean me and all our buddies would just
Brandon was just
again,
angry
go
because it was
across
across
the-
from Ice Cream Renaissance. You're like, you're pulling
Yeah,
away.
we go across the bridge and like that's where you went for food carts. You
Nice, I didn't know
have,
this.
We didn't
This
have
is cool.
anything.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't
this
have
is
anything
cool.
like that. And like I always thought like Mighty Bowl and like I mean you went brick and mortar,
Sure.
like you did all this stuff. I don't know if we're gonna get to that in this
Yeah,
timeline
yeah,
and story, but like
obviously, yeah.
but like you know like it was always so cool to like see that, but to find out that like y'all were like getting into the city code and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah.
that's a pioneer effort, dude. Like that's really cool.
I-
I did not know to that extent.
I think it was like I think like we really did like try to like push that and make it. I mean, here's what's crazy is like we're a bedroom community of Portland. We had 700 food carts across the river,
Yeah.
and one on this side.
Yeah.
Like y'all, like something's not right here.
Yeah.
Something.
You know, it like
Something's
we're
off.
adjacent this like major like city that like food carts are such a big part of the culture. So I wanted to be a part of that like a part of that culture and create that change. And we did. It was amazing. Like
And that was something that Vancouver
it's
needed
been
that.
so fun.
It
It's been
was
so
one of the
good.
things that made me think, like, to run for, like, if I ever run for city council. like,
Oh, is this an announcement?
Is this an
Is this
announcement?
like a precursor?
No, because then my wife would be like, "What? You're running for
What?
city?"
We outed you on this podcast?
But no, I remember. You know, yes,
I was in your way. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you were there. You were sitting.
You were there, man.
I remember, like, because I remember that.
Can you get us a can you
Yeah, like it was
I remember the getting the food cart. I was like, if I were the city of Vancouver and wanted that kind of culture, which
Yeah.
is I think very beneficial for the community, especially like downtown
Yeah,
and stuff.
obvious.
Like,
Yeah.
Look at the
I'd be like, yes, of course, we're going to do that.
And they did-
stuff.
and they were. They
yeah.
were.
That's
and
good.
so
The
that's what
farmers
I was like, I just was like, oh, I want to be a part of that and stuff. At some time.
It's-
Not
yeah.
not
No,
out.
no.
No.
I will destroy you the day you decide to run.
Yes, you will.
Oh,
So
I'm
you
gonna
will just do a smear campaign.
I got pictures. I
Yeah.
got. Oh man.
Oh yeah, we're gonna smear you.
The day,
Yeah, you're never
day,
Too much.
the day you decide to run.
Just
I'll
like
destroy
me
you.
buying like ice cream from cash and carry and then just bringing it into it. I'm like,
That's enough.
I have
That's
pictures
enough.
of
yeah,
him.
that's
Yeah.
like they don't make their own ice
Like
cream.
walking.
You get the tubs at Winco.
Yeah, get the tubs.
Yeah. Like
Well,
he
you knew these
literally
things were
takes a
gonna
kitchen knife and splits the Neapolitan so he can have vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. Like
Hey, it
I've
saves
seen
us
it.
money.
I've
It saves
seen
us
it.
money. But yeah, because I was like, I know when you guys were going through that, I was like, yes, it's about time like Vancouver like got into
Absolutely.
that culture. So
Absolutely. And it was And when I first I mean, it was when Mighty Bowl first started putting their truck up. It was outside of the Torque Coffee over here downtown, which is where Smoke and Oak is now. But seeing them and having your little bowls and stuff like that, amazing. And there was nothing like that was around downtown Vancouver at all. And so we used to go there.
So I think I attribute. I think what we discount about success. One of the components to success that I think we really don't give enough credit to is timing. Hold on, I got one more drink out.
Oh, I was just gonna top you off.
Jeez,
Oh, that's fine. You same drink.
It was a good top you off.
Same drink.
I was trying to be all sly around.
you were like,
Can you cut that out?
Oh, we're not cutting anything.
No, time. This is live. We're doing it. So what I
You're
attribute to
such a good groove there. God dang it.
seriously.
Done.
What I attribute what I think we discount success to is timing. Timing
Yeah.
is a really big component of success. And I really I think what we do is great and cool and good, but we just hit the right timing. You know what I mean? We were ripe and ready for food carts in Vancouver.
Sure.
The Columbian covered us, the city of Vancouver. It was just the right timing.
Yeah.
So I just think we hit this perfect time, and that's what really has contributed to our success.
I feel like the Colombian has always been really on your guys' side.
We've been. I can't even begin to we've been supported by them so much. Like they've given us so much free coverage.
They are great.
Like so great. Like it's been amazing. Like
There was
like
that
the
smear
whole time.
campaign for like.
Really?
No, that was. Did you not see that?
No.
That was for Ice
I
Cream
missed that.
Renaissance.
Oh yeah, there was like a like someone was
But
pissed
I
off
have to agree
about
with you, Steve. Is like the Colombian. Well, the Colombians been really like. I think they've been kind to us too, and I don't know if they've been kind to small businesses in Vancouver or if they
they
just
have
like.
to be.
Well, no, or maybe it's just like, I mean, people who like are caring about the community or like doing something
Yeah,
for
it's
the community
involved.
involved and stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah, I mean, I think like the city of Vancouver kind of gets shit on a little bit for like not being very, thank you, for not being like small business friendly.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't understand that. Like,
Yeah.
we experience so much support from the city of Vancouver.
yeah,
They're so pro business, especially small business. Like, they get shit on all the time, and I don't
That's true.
understand that. Like, they are very pro business, and we got supported by them like.
That's awesome.
Like a lot.
That's
like
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't get it, but
That's awesome.
we experience a lot.
Yeah.
And anytime like the mayor or city manager or any staff, like they're so supportive of what we do.
That's
That's
Yeah.
Like from day one.
That's awesome.
They're so great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So how long were you just food cart?
So we've been going for like
just
we've been going for like 10 years, a 10-year project.
Uh-huh.
And so probably like 6 years we were a food cart, and 4 years we've done brick and mortar.
Okay.
So 6 years. We had our second cart was at Clark College.
Yeah.
Clark College, they closed their culinary program, and then they brought in food carts to like feed their students.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we bought a food truck, a food cart to like
Is that
be
when
on
you were at
campus.
Clark?
No, and that's actually my biggest beef with Mighty Bowl.
There we go. Let's have at it, Chris. Let's go.
Oh, is it the beef hour? Okay,
go.
is that time
now
of the
it's
podcast?
beef
time
dinner.
to
This is the
say
problem I have.
what's your
Beef
problem?
hour.
Actually, I don't have a list.
Beef hour.
Where's my? I left my list.
Beef
Oh, you got it.
hour.
You got
I
it.
left it at home.
Write your Yelp reviews here.
No, my only
star.
problem is you brought a food cart to Clark College after I left
Oh,
Clark
I thought you were.
College.
That's when you were doing Running Start at Clark College. Is when they were.
No, I didn't do running start Clark, but I was like, I got my transferable AA at Clark. Thank
Oh,
you.
you got your transferable AA
and
at
then
Clark,
I was
okay.
like, I got to WSU, and then I'm like, oh, cool, Mighty Bowl is at friggin' on campus now. We have good
Clark,
food on
because
campus.
they were like, oh,
and I
is
was
Chris
bummed.
here?
It was,
No, Chris
yeah,
isn't here.
But
So-
My
it's not a big
apologies.
beef.
My
It's not a big
apologies.
beef. I just wish you did it like a couple years sooner.
He did give you a 1 star
You know.
on Yelp.
So
That was
You
me.
did? That was you?
That was me.
I heard about you.
I'm sorry. I had
So you went from food truck to Clark College, a food cart, and then what was the next
Yeah,
step?
it was never the intention to do brick and mortar, like ever.
Sure.
Really?
But yeah, so I had asked, like, I mean, food truck life is hard. Like people
Yeah.
just need to realize, like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
Like you're mobile, and it's like you have to load everything, and you're moving.
makes
Like
sense.
it's a lot of work. Like food truck life is not easy. So I was like, you know what? Is brick and mortar life better? Like I didn't know. So I would ask like other restaurants, and I'd be like, should we go brick and mortar? Like I didn't know.
What'd they say to you?
Well, like not very many have done like both.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So then they were like skewed a little bit.
Sure.
So then like I didn't get like a really conclusive answer. So I was just like, look, I don't know, so I'm just gonna do it. Like,
Yeah.
were you like drinking his drink?
That's a lot to good tequila.
This is so good.
That is a lot.
I love it. So I basically like I
You
did.
notice me slouching more and more as the
You just
podcast.
passed out. You're passed out. You're like,
Don't mind these guys.
Yeah.
You guys are still
you and
talking.
me,
about
you and me.
Hey,
How
it's
you
our
doing,
time.
Chris? I'm doing
Yeah,
good.
I'm doing really good. Yeah.
yeah.
So Johnny's trying to get
out. You're like,
So
You guys are still talking.
basically, I didn't know if like food cart was better or brick and mortar was better. I didn't know, so I just decided to do brick and mortar,
Yeah.
and then I would like decide like which one I like more.
Sure.
Like, and then
Did
I
you
could
pull back on food cart at all?
not
Okay,
really.
okay.
Yeah, we kept our locations and we kept going with full bore on both of those, and then did brick and mortar. And brick and mortar was like working pretty well. So we tend to struggle through winters. Like we just, as a food truck, like we just always have. Winters have been like pretty tough for us. So
Sure,
the
yeah.
winter before COVID.
Then you got the farmer's market. Like you were at the farmer's market.
Yep. Yeah, but
Farmers
that's
market's
it's the
done
summer
in
though.
winter.
Like,
It's
But that's what I mean. So you're missing out on that.
exactly.
That piece
Yeah.
of business and
Yeah.
all that.
We lose
Gotcha.
that. So winters we struggle traditionally. You know, like our model does.
Yeah.
So the winter before COVID, like it was amazing because like we had a line of people. Like even like in December, we had a line out the door in December.
Like before people knew they were getting into a pandemic.
Yeah,
Oh no, this is
2019.
pre-COVID. Bro,
okay,
like
December
this is totally
2019.
just no.
Something happened
I'm just saying, like we built enough following.
Yeah,
like exactly. Like
Every time I would come up here, there was a line literally out
yeah.
there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then what happened is, like that winter, we were killing it. Like I was just like, holy shit! Like it's happened.
Yeah.
Like we made it. Like I didn't have to bring money in to keep us going.
Yeah.
Like in the winter, and then
Being in a brick and mortar, correct?
Yeah, like it was working. So then I'm just like, you know what? Like the spring and the summer, like we're gonna kill it. Like we're gonna finally make some money. So then March comes.
Someone stuck a sticker right in your spokes.
Someone ate a bat. And
Indo, if you will.
someone
right?
ate a bat and
Yeah.
China.
Like COVID happened, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
God, it like we had so much momentum. Like we were like hitting like at such a good clip, and it just changed.
Man.
And it's never been the same since.
Yeah.
It wrecked us. Like it just.
Do you think a lot of that had to do with like the obviously office buildings and stuff? Like people are working from home. A lot of your revenue is probably from because you're downtown. A lot of people come from office buildings and stuff.
You weren't open late, right?
No.
At the time.
Yeah, I mean, lunch is our thing. Like, we did okay at dinner, but not great. Lunch is our thing. Like, it's our bread and butter, and it's why we've been impacted so much by COVID, because there's not the office workers downtown.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like, people are working from home. That's how it's been.
Yeah.
And then even if people come back to the office 2 or 3 times a week, that's half the time.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's like, how could, like, we're directly impacted.
Sure.
So like Discover.org, or what are they called now?
Just Zoom or
Zoom Info.
Yeah.
Like
Zoom Info,
Like
yeah.
these guys, like we probably serve them 30 or 40 a day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is that's a lot of
But-
that's a
and
lot
none
of
of-
tickets for us.
yeah, and none of them-
they're not
yeah.
here now.
Exactly.
So that's like a direct impact to us. So if they're here and they're starting to trickle in now,
Coming back, yeah.
Yeah, they are coming back. And what's funny is like it's funny, like these office workers will come in and they'll kind of be like a little bit annoyed. They'll be like, oh, like the boss made us come back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, woohoo!
Yeah.
I'm like, we need you.
Yeah,
like, come on,
exactly.
like, we need you.
My new office space is right here, by the way. But I'm here. I'm coming in.
So like it's a big deal for us. I'm like,
Yeah.
we need you guys because they eat our food and it makes a huge difference for
Yeah,
us. Like
absolutely.
we were serving like 30 to 40 of them. And we might do like 200 or 300 like covers in a day.
Yeah.
30 to 40 is like 10%.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
huge.
That's a lot
Yeah.
from one outfit.
yeah.
So as that's like starting to trickle in, it's helping, but it's not like it was
No.
at all.
Yeah.
So then I think like restaurants that do evening service, drinks and dining, and like, you know, it's not hard.
This is the revenue.
Exactly. It's not hard. You know, you go out with your friend, your partner. It's not hard to spend $100, $120 on a night.
Right.
It's not hard at all.
Yeah.
So I think evening like restaurants are doing okay. But for us that are like lunch driven, we're still impacted by this.
Yeah.
This impact by like the urban setting.
Yep.
It's
Even
best-
evening people, you have people coming to downtown to go to dinner, as opposed to coming to downtown for lunch.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah,
like, well, yeah,
it's
let's go
like-
to Mighty, let's drive,
Yeah.
let's get in the car, drive 20, 30 minutes, whatever it might
Right.
be, like, let's go eat lunch here.
Yeah, it's office.
You're gonna get a couple,
it's,
but
it's office workers that is our
Yeah.
bread and butter, and we just have like, it's just not back, like, at all. And so we raised our prices because like, food costs have increased.
You have to raise your
crazily,
prices.
crazily. Like at the
Yeah,
fourth
definitely.
quarter last year, it was like. We were doing like inventory recheck. We were just like, what the hell happened? Like, we just lost so much money.
Yeah.
It was awful how much money we lost. So we're like, what happened? So then we figured out that food costs have gone up so much fourth quarter last year.
Yeah.
So then in January we did a 30% price increase. 30%. And we realized like it didn't fix our problem.
Exactly,
Because
yeah.
we realized we cannot increase our prices enough to fix our problem. We have a volume problem.
Yeah.
Like we're busy for like 30. People come in for lunch like 30 minutes and we're busy, and they're like, "Oh, you're busy," but we're only busy for 30 minutes.
30 minutes. When they see you, yeah.
We used to be
One,
busy for
somewhere in
like
that
2.5
range, yeah.
hours, like out the door. And we don't have that anymore. So we can't fix our problem through a price increase. We have a volume problem. And I don't know. We're like not out of the woods yet. It's a big deal. Like I'm worried if we're going to survive. And so we have to like I'm like a dire change kind of a guy. You know what I mean? Like if you don't change, like this post-COVID world, we're different. You have to change your model because it's a different world now.
It is.
So we're trying to like do that, and it's not easy.
And it is exciting that there's a lot of new building coming up, especially.
I mean, you have an apartment.
Huge.
Yeah, that's huge.
And so you have new businesses moving in there. You have new people moving in Vancouver. You have Gravitate that just moved in, basically across the street.
Wait, where's Gravitate?
Well, we're in a temporary space in the Vancouver Center building here.
Basically.
And we're going to the Quinn.
Really?
Yeah, second floor of the Quinn. We've got the whole floor. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
And then,
But we're moving back in office.
And then
so
you guys have started doing catering and stuff like that. So you can, if businesses need to do meetings and stuff like that, you have catering.
So it's interesting. There's been a little bit of a turn where we found like these like white collar firms, like architects and engineer firms, and these outfits are like reaching out to us to like feed their offices.
Sure.
And it makes a world of difference. Like when they order 40 bowls, it's a game changer for us.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, you're like offices out there. If you just like once a week order from us, feed your office. It changes our world. It changes.
Heck yeah.
it's
a big
amazing.
deal.
Offices, it's amazing food.
Like,
and
literally, it
Ice
changes
Cream
our
Renaissance
world.
will throw in a free scoop.
Free scoop.
A free scoop for
No,
every.
no. We didn't say a free scoop. We didn't say.
No, we didn't.
We didn't say.
Oh, we're not saying.
Well, I mean,
that's-
you could buy 40
It's not
scoops.
official.
Yeah, you could buy 40 scoops.
It's
as
not
your dessert.
official.
It's
Buy
not
40
official
scoops.
yet.
If I'm
Maybe
hearing
give
you
you a
right, it's
discount.
not
I might
official.
Check
give you a
social. Check social. Things might change.
Yeah.
If I'm hearing right, it's
I
not
have to check
official
with our
yet,
lawyers. I have to
but-
check with our lawyers.
Okay. Yeah.
So Steve, on that, like, I wanted to kind of go back a little bit to like the early stages of like that COVID hit, where like I remember like you guys opened your walk-up window to a grocery essentially, like.
And I did buy a lot
and
of
I bought
groceries
a
from
ton
you.
because
And I was like, I wish
oh
they
my
would-
god,
yeah.
like it was great. I'm like this is like. You know, it might. I didn't compare prices to the grocery store, but it was like I thought, like for me, like I try to spend as much money, my money, downtown Vancouver as possible.
Yeah.
Chris is
When
a
the-
saint. This is Saint Christopher right here.
There's nobody better.
I keep the city alive.
There's nobody better. We
Such a
talk
bad
about
joke.
ICR the whole time, but really we should be talking about CP.
Why are we not talking about
CP all day?
No, okay.
All day.
All
I
I'm
needed
just
my
saying,
Esther short bowls,
there-
and so I bought stuff from
there
them
were
at the
a
beginning
lot
of COVID.
I saw you walking out of Walmart the other day.
What?
I don't know. That's how I've been to Walmart.
Really?
No,
And he was eating a
Chris.
McDonald's cheeseburger.
What? Christopher.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Fuck this guy.
Every now and then a
You know
Big
what?
Mac is.
That was-
It's like a Big
it's
Mac's
my
a
healthy-
decision.
McDonald's
It's a
is my
decision
healthy,
that you
so-
like. As soon as you like,
Podcast over. Let's
you're
go.
done with
Wrap
it,
it
you're
up.
like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. That
Yeah.
feels bad. There's anyways. All this to say.
All this to say.
Like when the pandemic hit and things were closed, and like I'm looking at, I have a lot of friends who own businesses downtown, and that I truly love and like I care for, and you're in that group. You know, like I've known you for a long time, so like for me it was like, how
You
do
just
we?
met him today.
Yeah, we're
Just
we're
met him
like
today.
best friends. We go way back.
I'm done spending my money in other
Yeah,
places. Like
yeah.
I had to choose. Like these are the like 5 places that I'm focusing on during the pandemic. Like it
Yeah.
was like who do I need to be there to
Sure.
survive? I'm not. You know, like
Yeah.
you know, like but like there's like the
Okay,
list
so,
of like
Brood.
places where I'm like these guys, like these are my people.
Brood,
Like I have to make sure that they go.
McDonald's.
When you open up that grocery type thing, that grocery window, and I don't know how long that was. Maybe it was like a week,
So
week and a half.
It was
wasn't
just
very
right at
long.
the beginning, right?
Exactly.
It was right at the
We were just
beginning.
trying to get rid of
Yeah.
product.
But I
Yeah.
thought, but dude, there was a line. Like
I know.
there was like I wrapped around main like
Yeah.
to main event, and I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, this is,
Yeah.
and it was cool. This is what I'm getting at though, is like the community saw this and saw like Mighty Bull is selling like inventory. Like this is fresh, good food. I mean, all you guys have
This is new information for me. I didn't realize.
yeah,
this.
oh dude, yeah, like
That's
the,
awesome.
the amount of people that showed up for this, and like to wait in line for a bag of cheese and like
Yeah.
an avocado and like you know a couple other things depending on what you were buying, but like dry erase board with scratch marks of like
Yeah,
nope, sold
exactly.
out. Like,
We always
cool,
say-
man. Like you don't see like it
Yeah.
was like it was a new farmer's market.
Vancouver
Wow.
supports.
This is really
cool.
interesting. I didn't know
Yeah,
this.
Vancouver supports Vancouver, and it always has. We have to move along. I want to get into
Sorry.
where Mighty Bull is not.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Chris, just
Sorry.
we can always
Chris
rely on
talked about
Christ.
his COVID.
Yeah,
his COVID thing for like an hour.
He can do it all the time. I mean,
You
this
love
morning he
COVID.
called me and talked about COVID stuff, and I'm like,
Chris, let's talk about COVID later
Let's
tonight.
talk COVID later. I have
Chris
to
talks
go
about
back.
COVID.
We'll talk later.
He loves COVID.
Follow my
loves
podcast.
COVID. Chris and COVID.
COVID.com.
COVID Chris.
COVIDChris.com.
COVIDChris.com. I'm buying that.
But I wanted to
I'm
get
buying
into-
that before
I
this
already
goes
did.
live.
I own
I
it.
wanted
I'm
to
buying
get
that right
into the current state of where Mighty Bowl is. Obviously, you have a brick and mortar that's doing great. Obviously you do bowls, you do smoothies, and then you do. Tell us a little bit about that, and then
love
I
the
want to
Esther
get
Short
into
bowl.
because
Love it.
Yeah, we know.
Okay,
the
sorry.
truck is still around. The truck's still around Wednesday through Friday. Or Wednesday through Sunday, actually, because it's
Yeah.
at the farmers market.
Right.
The cart is at Brothers
Brothers
Cascadia.
yeah.
Six days a week.
6 days a week.
Yep.
And
Not
so
Sunday?
you can get
Nope.
you can get a bowl there at any time.
Sabbath.
Not a
I've got
bowl
bowl
of weed,
there.
Brandon. Not a bowl of weed. I'm talking about a Mighty Bowl.
Oh, a Mighty Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I call my bowl.
But
that's my Mighty Bowl.
We are doing a
done
spin-off. We're in a wheat shop called the Mightier Bowl.
Oh,
Mightier Bowl.
Downstairs in the basement.
the
Yeah.
Mightier Bowl.
Well,
You do
it
have good
makes
space.
it combines with High Scream Renaissance.
High screen.
High screen.
Mightier.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
smokes.
shit.
Oh,
You guys are all
God.
starting weed stuff.
Yeah, there we go.
Actually, Holy Smokes is the name of the church I'm starting.
Holy smokes. That's just funny.
Chris is starting a church called Holy Smoke. So
Oh, holy smokes!
Well,
There
it
we go.
just
Wow.
happened.
Yeah.
On this
What
panel.
I didn't know.
Man,
I didn't
this
know.
just happened.
I didn't know.
I didn't know. I
I'm
didn't
just
know.
gonna stand on the back and judge it.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Judge it.
But so Mighty Bowl. Obviously, you guys have been through so much. You guys are they're still cooking, still doing especially in the downtown area, still pushing and still going. Open all the time, basically.
Yeah.
Monday through Saturday.
Yep.
Just open Saturdays.
Yep.
And so it's open Saturdays too. So on the way to your farmer's market or whatever, like stop into Mighty Bowl and get yourself a bowl. But also, you're just recently kind of going through kind of a rebrand,
Yes.
and tell us a little bit about that, and maybe
Yeah.
we can have.
I want David to show up.
Let's have David show.
David.
David,
We're talking about you.
talk about the rebrand a little bit.
What is this?
Thunderbird for
This
later.
is
Yeah, it's
Underwood.
at the end. I'm sorry.
It's just-
I'm
it's
sorry
for
in
the end of the
advance.
podcast.
Yeah, it is.
What is it? Oh, is this part of the...
We're talking about the rebranding.
The rebrand.
This right here.
Hey, everybody, this is David Sorrell. Hello.
If you don't know David,
Hey, David.
if you don't know David, listen. Let me tell
You've
you.
seen his stuff in Vancouver.
I love talking about David. I think he's one of the most talented guys in the county.
Ultimate hype man.
He is.
No.
No, he
this,
is.
No, this kid is talented. He's smart. He's like so valuable in what he does. Like I just,
Yeah.
like
Honestly, if you walk into Ice Cream Renaissance,
You'll see his work.
If you walk into Mighty Bowl, you see his work.
Wait a second.
If you go to the bathroom in Ice Cream Renaissance.
Yeah, if you go to Ice Cream Renaissance and you just look at the logo, that's David.
that's all
listen.
David's
that's
from.
David.
If you're an architecture firm and an engineering firm, if you're like if you're a firm in Vancouver,
We need to rebrand.
you need to connect with this guy because he is a
Yeah.
genius. Give him
is.
shitloads of money because
Yeah, that's right. All
he
that
will
stuff.
make you money. This guy is so talented, and
is.
he's my friend, which is the best part. I love being your friend. I love it. I love it.
He's amazing.
Yeah,
he's
he
amazing.
is
Illustrator.
Underrated all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. God,
He
I
is.
fucking love you, man.
So anyway, David,
great
you
guy.
redid
all this
the,
fits.
you saw the old Mighty Bowl logo, which was the Mighty Bowl logo for probably
Years.
15 years,
Years.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
10 years?
8 years. Yeah,
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay, 15 was
Eight or 15.
It was 25 years. It was a logo for 100 years.
Or almost double.
No, it's
35 years.
It's a 100-year logo. It's antiquated.
So David, and then you rebranded. Talk about a little bit about the rebrand, like what you were trying to do with that.
So the goal really was kind of simplifying, because there's been some iterations and like a mix between what's on the truck and then what's in the space, what's on printed material, and it all has kind of been just existing a little bit.
Yeah.
And so the goal was really like, let's simplify what has been. And then we kind of came up with this bowl idea, and it just like the idea of raising like nutrition and things that are good for us. And like Johnny and I found out as we were brainstorming with some of this stuff, like you can swap out the bowl for anything, and it just gave us
It just
material
works.
to
It works.
work
Yeah,
with
sure.
and like
Cool.
have fun with the brand, but yet it really is more pinpointed, and the brand is more focused.
Yeah,
And it's
I love how simple it is, but how like straightforward. Like what it is just by
Yeah.
looking at the new
Yeah.
brand. and
Yeah.
stuff, so.
And it, the goal was still connecting with the colors. Granted, this new teal is a new color, but it really plays well with all of the remaining colors. So it's like we don't have to tear everything down.
Yeah.
We can just be more strategic.
Builds on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I remember, like, it was just recently, I was, like, looking on Instagram, and I, I'm like, oh, that's new. I didn't know that y'all had that in the works, and I was like, all right, like, this is a cool move. Like,
Yeah,
this is
and David's
something
angle
new.
was like make it like kind of subtle,
Yeah.
instead of being like a big deal, which kind of like ease into it. And I think it's worked really, really well.
Absolutely.
Like it's like
Absolutely.
soft
Absolutely.
introduction. I'm so happy with it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so great.
That's so cool.
And I think yeah, it is the future of Mighty Bowl, and Mighty Bowl it's in a new renaissance where like
Hey, wait a second.
That's trademark.
It's trademark. It's
New
not
Renaissance.
Yeah.
Come on, take two.
Yeah. Get that out of there.
Go
Just
do
say
another
it.
sentence.
it's in a new
Era, please. Thank you. Just kidding.
and well, I mean it's exciting, and I'm excited to see what happens with Mighty Bowl, and who knows too. The truck is all over the place. You have a lot of people that are coming back in. People are tricking, like as we talked about, like people are coming back to work downtown and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
So I guess the whole goal in this, like the entire podcast, is just to put a spotlight back onto Mighty Bowl and say, dude, you guys have survived through COVID. You guys have started like this food truck kind of craze in Vancouver. You guys are still pushing. You guys are still doing, always forward thinking. And that's what I appreciate about Mighty Bowl, is you guys have always been kind of those people and
Thanks.
stuff. And
Thanks.
even with the new branding and stuff with David, like everything is like, I can't see anything but going up from here. But honestly, if anyone that's listening to this has never been to Mighty Bowl, you're gonna love it. Like, you're gonna love it.
And-
You got kombucha on tap, you got beers on tap, you got
Smoothies.
you
You
got
got the Esther short bowl.
You got
the
they're like energy
Has he
shots,
had
or like
that?
the
Yeah.
shots, like the
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
and-
yeah,
like, yeah.
you got
Solid,
obviously
well
the
said.
Mighty Bowls are amazing. The Kiggins Bowl is one of my favorite, but the Peanut Bowl, like everything.
There
is-
was a time when there was no chicken,
Right?
and now there's chicken.
Pre-meat.
Yeah, there is.
There was a
right.
pre-meat era.
There is
You get
chicken
it.
if you
You get
like.
it.
That
With
was
chicken
big for me.
and
When you brought
without
chicken, I was like,
It's a big deal. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
chicken.
So I'm really excited. Also,
it's so
your social media is just killing it in Mighty Bowl. So I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know who's doing
who,
it.
is someone doing the
No,
social
I
media?
don't think.
I
don't
mean,
think
is there a reason why it's like doing very well? Like, do you know a guy?
I don't
Johnny.
know. Maybe.
Johnny.
I feel like there's
I
somebody
heard there's a
know.
guy
Yeah.
doing it.
There might be a couple places. Anyways, all right.
No, but honestly, like if you go to themuddybowl.com, you can see where all the food trucks are. You can see, obviously, like the address to the brick and mortar and stuff like that. But we're right central downtown Vancouver.
Yeah.
Right on 8th Street,
8th
Yeah.
Street.
8th and Washington.
8th and Washington, and then yeah. So you can find out, and then Brothers Cascadia. You have the
Yeah,
the card.
up there.
Yep.
in Cascadia.
Find them at the farmers
Get a,
market.
get a
We're
drink
starting
and
to
a
get-
Mighty Bowl.
I'm super excited about where Mighty Bowl is going, and like let's get it back into the limelight. You
Yeah.
guys
And
started
Steve
this
is a great guy
limelight.
too.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
very
he's
sweet of
pretty
you.
good.
When I'll tell you one of my favorite things about Steve, real quick. I'm gonna do this.
Here we go.
Chris, we have to go to bed sometime
I know.
tonight.
I was commuting, I was coming downtown a lot for work, and I just hit Washington, and there'd be Steve walking, and I'd like roll my window down and be like, "Hey Steve, I'm like, hey man, hope you have a great day. And I'm like, fuck yeah, me too, dude. Like, yeah,
love
you
it.
too. Like,
You do.
this is great. And
Literally
like,
the most positive guy.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
hype.
Actually, like I wanted to highlight this. The
So
way,
good.
That's a good story. How do you know
So
that? That
dude,
sounds
the
good.
way Mighty Bowl and you especially treat your employees is
That's true.
phenomenal. Being in here and seeing the way you take care of people and like the way you run things and stuff,
Yeah.
like everyone is like I feel like everyone is taken care of. Like you actually care
Yeah.
about your employees, which is great, which is amazing, especially after the COVID stuff and things. People are coming and going and stuff. It seems like you actually care, which
Yeah.
is amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's everything. Like I subscribe to like this quote that I like live by. It's like that says that you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time
Yeah,
with.
that's true.
And I believe that so much. So we spend time like people that we work with, even sometimes more than like people at home. So I want to like hire and work with people that are like high vibrating people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want them to raise my game. Like I want them to raise me up. So I don't want to like, I don't hire scrubs.
Yeah, exactly.
This
yeah.
is not what I'm into.
You hired my sister.
Hey, Chelsea.
I know. I was,
Chelsea's great.
I was gonna go back to your comment that like my sister
Chelsea
worked here
made
for
a
years.
good
She's
trade.
a high,
Chelsea made a good
she's
trade.
a high quality person. So it's like I want to like hire high quality
Yeah,
people. So because I
exactly.
spend so much time with these people.
Yeah.
Like because they raise my game up. Like I want to like keep raising it up. That's just what I want.
yeah.
I think we're about to hit our limit again
Yeah.
on the time. So
Yeah,
I think
Because Chris
what do
is
we
talking
do?
the whole time about his
Yeah,
driving
yeah,
to
if you
Vancouver.
guys want
What
to
is
do
it?
these,
So this
Okay,
is it's
just
a
rip off the
digestive,
paper.
it's
It
a
is.
bar
It is.
thing. It's
What is it?
So
It's
take
black
it off.
licorice. It's a
like, It's
digestive.
like black licorice. It's
Listric? Did you
just
say?
tip it back and give it a couple taps.
What is it?
It's a digestive.
Listen, last time you're on
It's
the
like an
podcast.
Amaro.
no. I was saying licorice right. Okay.
It's black liquor. So
Yeah,
you
is
have to
that a
tap
real
it.
true
put it-
Amaro? 'Cause
like
isn't it
dump
German?
it.
It's a niece. It's a niece.
Isn't it
Yeah.
It's a
German?
niece.
Yeah.
You,
Get ready
you
for
have to
German?
tap it
German,
once
yeah.
you dump it.
It's not
so-
Amaro.
So I want
It's
to
like-
thank so much
It's like one.
Steve. I want to thank
Oh.
you. I want to thank the Mighty Bowl.
Oops, I'll pick that up.
Oh my
Come on up here.
Every
What's the
time.
address of the Mighty
That's
Bowl?
yummy.
Steve?
108 West 8th Street.
108 West 8th Street.
8th and Washington.
Also, themightybowl.com, you can see where the trucks are. If you go to whatever, Brothers Cascadia, you can see their cart and stuff. But thank you so much, and thank you for your passion of
Yeah.
keeping Vancouver alive, which you've been a center of.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, dude.
Thank
I
you
love
for,
you so
thank you
much.
for having
Yes.
me. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Dude, I
I
love
love
it.
it. I
Hell
love
yeah.
it.
This has been great.
That's
Fun
all right.
having you guys.
Let's do it. That's awesome.
Let's
dude.
fucking
Fuck
go,
yeah.
man. Let's do it.
That's
Yeah.
great, right?
That's awesome.